Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to go over how to install Apache, PHP, and Git, which are the main programs we're using in our lessons. And then we're going to go over how to create our first web page. To install this software, we can first do PHP and Apache together with a program called XAMPP. To go there, we're going to go to apachefriends.org. Here we are. And to install this, we just choose our operating system. I'm going to choose Windows. It'll ask us to save a file. You can see the file is downloading. This will take a while, so I'll shorten it for you to save some time. There we go. Now we click on it to execute it. And it'll bring up the setup wizard. We click Next. Now, all we want is Apache and PHP, which are their core components. So we're going to uncheck everything else. We click Next. We're going to install it to its default location, C XAMPP. We don't need this extra product, so we'll uncheck that. And now we're going to click Next. I'll shorten this for you too. Now that that's finished, we'll leave this checked because we want to go ahead and launch the control panel. And it'll bring up the control panel. We select our language, click Save. And we're going to click Start next to Apache. That's it. Now we actually have our own running web server. To see that it works, open a new tab and type localhost. If it was successful, you'll see the XAMPP welcome page. Let's go back to some of our other installs. Next, we're going to install Git. To install Git, we'll go to git-scm.com/downloads. Here we are at the Git page. Just like the other one, we're going to choose our operating system. And it's going to ask us to save a file. This one doesn't take as long, but I'll still cut it ahead for you. There we go. Now we open it. And this install is a little bit lengthier than the other one. We're going to click Next. Let it go to its default location. We'll leave this one the same because we want all those components. It'll create a shortcut. Now, this is a word editor that you're going to have to use as part of your Git usage. I personally recommend using Nano. I think it's a little bit easier to understand and it has better help files. But you can use whatever you like if you're familiar with either of the other two. We're going to click Next. We're going to go ahead and change this to use Git Bash only, since that's the safest method. And it can do everything we need. This is a bit about security, but you don't have to worry too much about it for now. Next, we're going to ask us how we want to deal with our line endings. That's just basically whenever you change lines. We'll do it just like Windows style. We're going to use the Windows default console module just so that we know everything has a standard. Leaving these checks help things to run a little faster, so we'll let that go. And we'll click Install. And once again, I'll shorten this for you. Now we're finished. We don't really need to view the release notes, and we're not going to use it just yet, so we're not going to launch it. But this is how to do the install. We've already seen what happens with the Apache in its default page, but let's learn how to make our own basic web page so that we can see where we're going to be changing things. First, make sure Apache is running, then go to the XAMPP folder. By our default, it was C XAMPP, and then go into the htdocs folder. Create a new folder in there that we'll use for our stuff called Lessons. Within this folder, we're going to create a file called index.html. You can create it with any text editor of your choice. And this is where we'll be putting the web page. So here we are in our C XAMPP htdocs lessons folder, and I've created a basic index.html file. If we look inside, we can see that there's just some simple HTML in here. We have our head tags and a body with a message, hello from creativeonlineschool.com. So let's see how to view this in our browser. If we go to our local host, instead of going to Dashboard, we'll change that to our Lessons folder. You'll see our message, hello from creativeonlineschool.com. We've now output our own HTML and created a web page viable over the internet. That's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching, and this and other lessons can be found at creativeonlineschool.com.